just when you thought we've seen it all, guess what? There's more to be seen. All-Star festivities officially in the rearview mirror. The American League on top, of course, in this year's Midsummer Classic. We already know Jordan Walker taking home the Home Run Derby Championship after an amazing performance and an amazing couple of nights in Philadelphia. Get ready. We have another Buzzline edition episode for you here today on this gorgeous Monday early afternoon, which is where we feature multiple prospects all throughout their minor leagues. It's been a little bit since we've brought one to you, so we're kind of doubling our efforts today, and instead of 3 players, guess what? We have 6 locked and loaded for you, and we're actually going to be doing something we haven't done yet. We're starting all the way down in rookie ball. Some of those guys that are really cutting their teeth and honing their craft, and shout out to anybody trying to rebuild their dynasty team right now. These are the episodes you cannot miss, and this is just for you. We try to have something for everybody here at Buzz in the Box. I figured it's a good day to get this in. If you have any type of dynasty league or just have an interest in even your favorite team's farm system, then these Buzzline editions right here, right now, these are can't miss episodes. If you play any type of dynasty or fantasy football, follow the MLB at all, you'll definitely want to subscribe. We keep it about all players and all teams, including who's tearing it up in the minor leagues, which is what brings us here today. But before we get to work, please take a second, take a pitch, like this video, share us with anybody you think might be interested in baseball or fantasy baseball especially, and of course, thank you for subscribing. It's really been appreciative getting all the love and support. It means more than you know. One thing we do know is that these kids we're going to talk about right now, a lot of them are going to have big impacts someday soon. We usually do about 3 players for each Buzzline. Like I said, it's been a while since we've done one, so I feel like we owe it to you to put in a little bit more time here today and really make up for that as we have a break in the action with the All-Star festivities done. We're back into regular season baseball, and there's nothing better. A little bit more in depth today with these 6 players, not just doing more, we're doubling our efforts for you. We're working hard day and night, and if you don't see us for a few days, just know, guess what, buddy? We're working. Shout out to all the people playing the long game right now, also with patience and precision in their dynasty leagues. You're going to want to make sure you get your hands on some of these guys for sure. And if you have them already, guess what? You might want to hold on to them with dear life. Worth noting real quick before we really kick things off with our first of 6 names today. So take a second, grab a snack, get comfortable, hang out. We're going to have a nice little hang today, and we appreciate you being here with us as we set our goal to have you winning your fantasy matchups by 100. Trust me, it can be done, and it's hard to find a greater feeling than that. I know some dynasty leagues this week have the 2-week matchup with the post All-Star game, so you're getting your starting pitchers a few more starts. We'll probably have a video coming out this week. We definitely will, about some possible waiver wire additions that not sure how many pitchers that will feature exactly at the moment, but some guys on we're going to let you know some guys, if you're in a deep Fantrax league especially, some guys that can help you out in a tight spot, or if you just need somebody for a few days, then you're going to want to see at least some production from there, possibly. You don't just want to hang up zeros when you're missing an important piece of the lineup, and sometimes that can be the difference in your matchup. Most of these stats are of July 18th. First name on today's show, of course, starting in rookie ball for the first time ever, currently in the Brewers farm system. We got 18-year-old right-handed hitting outfielder from Venezuela, one of the best countries in the world, of course, at producing ball players. Remember, they did become world champions for the first time after winning their first World Baseball Classic this year. It was a good one. Good amount of playing time for him right now, for Braylon Antunes in that Brewers farm system. 18 years old is Antunes. 199 at-bats in 51 games thus far. He has compiled 12 doubles and 3 triples. He can definitely run a little bit. A dozen stolen bases for him, an even dozen. Right now, his slash line reads thusly: 286, 381, and 513. Wow, his OPS is at 894 this year, which is up from 635 last year in the Dominican Summer League. So we knew he was going to want to get that up. A lot of hitting going on down there. Now take the good with the bad. He does have 74 strikeouts, which puts his strikeout rate, I think, around 33%. Once you get into the 30s, especially past that, is when you really start to raise your eyebrows a little bit. Concern wise, like I said before, he is only 18. He does have time to figure it out. Most of the guys in this league are seeing professional pitchers for the first time, as we know. So much more room to learn and grow, just like us with you guys, the home crowd. Always appreciate hearing from you. Any prospect you have your eye on, or let us know your favorite fantasy prospects in your dynasty farm system. Let us know. We'd love to talk about it, and always love hearing from you. Most of these guys, seeing that for the first time, room to grow at that age, as opposed to somebody in AA or just starting out in AAA who's not starting off good. Like, maybe send back down to get a little bit more seasoning, or they're 22, 24 years old, then that starts to get concerning. But he's cutting his teeth right now. He's in the trenches, putting work in. He's got 9 home runs in just under 200 at bats. That goes, good. Even, the dozen stolen bases. So he, like I said, he does need to work on that contact a little bit, but he is putting some serious work in. He did have an 8-game hitting streak, including a 3-hit game earlier this month. He has 6 hits, 4 RBIs, and 2 walks his last 4 games, so things are already starting to get interesting for Antunes already. The power is there with 9 home runs. For 9 home runs, I'll take that from anybody. He has a great slugging percentage. If he can bring his contact up a little bit, then we are looking at a multitude of important fantasy skills. Braylon Antunes, very exciting skill set. So we're going to stay in rookie ball for our next prospect. We have 20-year-old catcher Leosward Marin. He is in the Red Sox farm system. He's played 27 games in the Florida Complex League so far. 5 home runs already for the left-handed batter, slashing .306. 427, 583. The 5 homers is great to see, especially for a young catcher. Before this year, he had just 1 home run in the first 64 games of his professional career. That's going back to 2023, as a matter of fact. 11 stolen bases also to go with 5 big flies. I like that very much. I also like this. 15 walks compared to 16 strikeouts. That's almost an unheard of ratio at this level, especially for someone showing pop. 9 hits, including 24 at-bats, including a home run in June. So Leosward Marin doing excellent of late. Again, collecting the hits, showing some pop. So in June, I like that. 24 at-bats, he has the home run and 9 hits. Leosward Marin doing excellent right now. Let's keep an eye on him. So there's 2 guys in rookie ball, Antunes and Marin, that we are actually very excited about. You're going to have to keep our eyes on that glued very tightly. So we're going to move up now to, we're going to go to A-ball in single A. Third baseman in the Tiger system is our next prospect. It's 21-year-old Carson Rucker. Great baseball name. For the 21-year-old third baseman in the Tiger system, Carson Rucker, 70 games for single A Lakeland. He's slashing .247, 371, 401 for the slugging percentage. He does have 109 strikeouts in 248 at-bats. That's just too much right now. So that would be one glaring issue I'd say we have here. He has 48 walks to go with that. So there is some pitch recognition and discipline of the strike zone, but it is hard to justify any type of high draft pick for him right now to go along with that amount of strikeouts. 9 home runs is pretty good. But honestly, I like to see a little bit more home runs with that amount of strikeouts would make me feel a little better. And honestly, it would be good. I would still feel good, not great, to go with all that. But if he's going to sacrifice that much contact, we're going to need a little bit more slug out of him. Not sure if it's worth the trade-off just yet, but we're going to keep looking at Carson Rucker a little bit down the road. His BABIP is at 391, so he has had a pretty decent amount of bad luck. But I think his average is going to come up eventually. I feel like it has to. He needs to take it a little bit easier and make it easier on himself with cutting back on those swings and misses and those strikeouts, because man, we cannot see that pile up that much more. A good sign that I really like is that he has 7 hits his last 4 games and actually 5 hits in his last 2 games. So including 2 home runs in that span, as a matter of fact. So already starting to look a little bit better is Carson Rucker. So let's see if he can continue that stretch like he's been doing. Like I said, 7 hits in his last 4 games, 5 hits in the last 2. Carson Rucker. Cut back on those strikeouts, brother, and then things are going to get really hot and heavy for him, that's for sure. Next up, we're going to stay in A-ball, but we're going to move up to high A as we're going to make that a regular thing starting in rookie ball for these Buzzline episodes. Man, because somebody gets going down there, they can move up quick and they could find themselves in AAA within a year or after a year sometimes, as a matter of fact. So next here is Roderick Arias, 21-year-old shortstop from the Dominican Republic, playing for the Yankees High A affiliate, the Hudson Valley Renegades. I like that name a lot. Arias, a switch hitter, as a matter of fact. That never hurts. 296 at-bats under his belt this season, and he's cracked 11 home runs already. I like that very much. The OPS is just over 800 at 804. That is extremely exciting. 27 stolen bases. That's great. That's by far the most out of any player we're going to talk about today. 27 stolen bases. Man, 57 runs batted in 81 games. I'll tell you this, that ain't too bad either. Like one of the other guys we talked about today, the strikeouts have been an issue, and they have been an issue for a couple of seasons for him now. But with the 57 RBIs and all those stolen bases, you can kind of tolerate it a little bit more, I would say. But his strikeout rate is about up to 37%, which is definitely not sustainable if you're trying to become an everyday major league player or get like consistent enough fantasy playing time to warrant being on a deep fantasy roster. 37% strikeout rate has to come down. But if he's, you take the good with the bad, he's still only in a single A. He's 21 years old. If he was like 23 in double A, like doing this, I'd be like, oh man, like it's going to take a fast change. But he still does have time to build up or cut his teeth, as I like to say. A very good sign that he could be trending in the right direction this year. He is sitting about that 30% rate, like I said. The 37% strikeout rate is a lot. However, a 30% rate with the 11 home runs, I think that's a big step in the right direction for positive production. And to support that, he actually has at least 1 hit in 7 of his last 8 games. So he's compiled 4 hits and 5 RBIs in 2 games in a doubleheader yesterday, as a matter of fact. So one of our more recent stat lines for you. He just might be getting better, especially with contact as we speak. One thing I felt like I needed to share that was very interesting is 10 of his 11 home runs are coming in night games. You don't see that a lot. I don't think it's strange or weird or anything, but that could also be a very good sign to go with the 7 hits in the last 8 games and the really good day he had yesterday. Cracked a pair of home runs recently as well. That could be, I think that's a good sign. It's also pretty telling that he doesn't need that warm weather all the time to get the ball out of the park. 10 home runs in night games. I like that right now. Definitely starting to get a little bit interesting now for 21-year-old shortstop for Yankees High A affiliate Roderick Arias. Definitely keeping an eye on him. Somebody to go out and possibly stash for a few years in your minor league system. Couple of names left for today as we creep towards our last licks here. Not done yet. Let's go up to Double-A. Our second catcher on the list, as a matter of fact. We mentioned Carson Rucker already. So we have a couple of names left to go. Let's go up to Double-A ball right now. Our second catcher on the list. I like him even better than Rucker. Too good to ignore if you ask me. It's Boston Smith, who we're talking about next. Belonging to the Chicago White Sox farm system. As some of you know, one of my favorites to follow at the moment. If you haven't already, don't forget to check out our first organization outlook video we did on the White Sox just over a couple of weeks ago. I gotta say, a lot of nice juicy bits in that one, talking about multiple players in their lineup right now. Most of them 25 years old or younger. Including very exciting pitchers that they have that they're trying to get healthy. Sean Burke just had a great game. Very proud to say I have a share in him. Bit of a passion project of mine the last couple of years. So anybody else that's held on to him, he's really starting to get that curveball going and really starting to work almost consistently into the 7th inning. And that is going to help us out quite a bit. That's just what we wanted to see from him. And it could be coinciding with these guys like Noah Schultz and Hagen Smith starting to get some consistent innings pitched for the White Sox as well. We also talked about their top hitting and top pitching prospect in that video as well. So it wasn't just about the major league team, but go check out that organization outlook video about the White Sox farm system. They pretty much rewarded us for that. As a matter of fact, they their next game after we put out that video, they scored the most runs in a game since like 1970 or something. So we appreciate them with that timing for that. But back to catcher Boston Smith for their the White Sox Double-A affiliate, Birmingham Barons, one of my favorite minor league uniforms. Shout out Michael Jordan, of course, Barons legend. But I'm really liking Boston Smith. There's a chance that in a short number of years, along with Kyle Teal, they're going to have 2 excellent catchers there on the south side on that squad for quite some time. Boston Smith, 23 years old. He is a left-handed hitting catcher. As I said, starting off in Single-A earlier this year, already in Double-A, putting up these numbers. Wow, there's a lot to like, let me tell you. He got called up to High A just after 8 games, so it looks like they like him a little bit. He did have 8 hits in those 8 games, but also had 12 strikeouts. That's worth noting. One thing we're not going to do here is we're not going to sugarcoat anything. Won't promise every single prospect we talk about is making the majors that year or the year after or going to be a superstar. But if somebody's lighting it up and there's a really good chance they will be a long-term fantasy contributor, you best believe we're going to do some digging and we're going to talk about it with you. Absolutely. But I'm really liking him right now. 12 strikeouts was worth noting. However, he then proceeded to really turn things around as the competition got even tougher. We love seeing these young guys respond to that. As he was called up, his batting average, on base, and slugging percentage all going up. 48 games in the high A doing that, and he crushed 14 home runs, 48 walks in those 48 games. Are you kidding me? A walk per game from a catcher, especially left-handed. That's very special. Give me that 8 days a week. So not just improving contact and power against tougher competition, but you can tell he really made an effort and the work to be more disciplined at the plate as well. That's going to be huge if he combines that with hitting those home runs. He's going to be taking his walks and driving in people like he's doing right now, like a good hitting catcher, then it's shaping up to be a mighty good fantasy profile right here. I mean, you know, his on base in that span was 449. So what else do you want? An OPS over 1,000. To me, that speaks for itself. So now he's up to AA. After accomplishing that, he's got 12 games for the Birmingham Barons so far. Shout out Michael Jordan. In those 12 games, his first 12 games in AA, Smith has, only 6 home runs and 13 RBI already. He does have 14 strikeouts, so like with high A, we're going to have to keep a look on that. But he's doing his best to balance that out with 12 walks. So it's starting to become apparent that the discipline and pitch recognition is already starting to blossom already. I like that a lot for him. So if he can continue, if Boston Smith can continue to start to slightly lower his strikeout rate and keep getting those walks, then I think he's going to be okay. Like I said, he crushed 14 home runs in 48 games, 48 walks in 48 games last year in high A. That was excellent. So after he's got 12 games in high A, in double A this year, that's where he finds himself for the Birmingham Barons, and he already has 12 walks and 6 home runs in your first 12 games in double A. No matter who you are, any situation, that's very impressive, and it's definitely worth talking about. And I feel like a lot of more people have to be talking about Boston Smith. I feel like he's showing a lot of, this is big for me, consistency throughout his minor league career. I'm kind of in awe of some of the things that he's doing. I know it's only 12 games, so a very small sample size, so we're going to check back with him sometime in the future. He has his OPS in that short span, though, it's over 1,300. How many times do you see somebody start like that? All told, that's 20 home runs in 68 games for his professional career, and that's only this year. He started in A-ball just this season. This might be one of my favorite profiles that we've talked about so far today. Catcher Boston Smith, man, really catching some attention right now with 13 RBI his first 12 games in AA. Man, last one that we have before we get out of here today, last but definitely not least, of course, we're going to hit you with our first AAA player of the day to close things out as we cover all levels of the minor leagues today. As we started in rookie ball, this is the 6th and final player of this episode. We're looking to start to extend some of these Buzzline edition episodes for you every now and again, actually. As I previously mentioned before, the bulk of these stats are as of July 18th. Some of them might be a little more current. Last name of the day, however, is Jonathan Long, 24-year-old right-handed hitting first baseman for the Cubs system. Now in AAA for the Iowa Cubs. Long originally drafted by the Cubs in the 9th round in 2023. He's been in AAA to start the season. He was actually with the Iowa Cubs in AAA all of last season as well. For 140 games, and to me, he has been a shining example of consistency. Last year, 20 home runs, 91 RBI, which was only his age 23 season. Really worth noting, his strikeout rate last year, definitely better than average at below 20%. So that combined with that production, I feel like we definitely have something here. This is going to be one of the most favorite guys that I've talked about today. 20 home runs, 79 walks. Wow, people are really starting to lock in on the plate discipline. I think that is an excellent sign. Usually if you're early on with that, it does stick with your career. And that with 20 home runs, and he's only 24, I'll take that in AAA, baby. Remember, this is AAA. This is some stiff competition right here. A lot of major leaguers down there. 79 walks, I'm telling you, I think we really got something here. Also last year, he hit 305. The on-base was 404. The slugging was almost 480. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. And I'm not the biggest fan of comps, but I kind of feel like we're possibly looking at a Sean Casey type of player, but actually with a little bit more pop sprinkled in there. He's no klutz on the base paths either, with 3 triples and a couple stolen bases on the year, so that's worth noting. But let's look at this year. 88 games in, and his strikeout rate is still pristine, beyond consistent at still just 20%, so about 19% last year and only 20% this year. And this is over 80 games each time, so now we're getting a pretty good sample size on this guy. Also worth noting for the 24-year-old first baseman, he's walking at about an 11% clip. That's in AAA, and hitting a home run about every 32 at-bats. I'll take that on my team, that's for sure. A 280 average, possibly a little bit higher. I think the average could get as he starts to get going a little more. But I also predict that he could be a doubles machine. I'm not going to say he's a 30 home run every year kind of guy once he gets to the majors. Although, yeah, I would say like that's like the best case scenario for him. He's like a 30, 29, 28 home run guy. But I'm going to say the floor for him is, if he keeps this up, it's going to be something to the tune of 23, 24 home runs and at least a 280 batting average, possibly a bit higher once he gets used to the rigors and the grind of a major league season. Once he does get called up. With some triples mixed in, he doesn't have a lot of stolen bases, but the few that he does have this year and last year, he hasn't been caught yet, so he knows what he's doing, and he has a little bit of burst. But man, Jonathan Long, I think he is going to go a long way, just like some of these balls that he's hit. A lot of doubles, and a lot of these balls, they're going over the fence as well, but man, I like it. The walk rate, 11%, slashing 281, 361, 449. For a first baseman that doesn't strike out a lot and walking at 11%, I love it. Home run like every 32 at bats. There isn't a lot to not like for Jonathan Long. So that's our last name right there. Jonathan Long rounding things off. I think he's going a long way. There you have it, folks. 6 prospects that we like a lot, lighting it up in the minor leagues, all throughout, from rookie ball all the way up to AAA. We had Braylon Antunes, Leo Sword-Marine, Carson Rucker, Roderick Arias, Boston Smith, and of course, Jonathan Long. Don't forget, on your way back to the clubhouse, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you play fantasy baseball, you'll definitely want to subscribe and hang out. This is going to be the place for you. We do all type of things. Don't forget our shorts on here and on TikTok throughout the week to stay up to date with our standings board, where we update the standings, some updates on some prospect call-ups on how they're doing, and big things happening around the league as well. We try to have something for everybody. It's not just about one player or one team. Any prospect that you're a fan of or you think we should have talked about, let us know in the comments down below. Of course, as always, don't forget to share this channel with anybody you think is interested in fantasy or Major League Baseball. Let us know where you're at in your standings right now. We would always love to hear that, and we really appreciate all the love and support. It means more than you know as we continue to grow and learn with you guys, the home crowd. We have nothing to hide and everything to gain with you on our side on this gorgeous Monday. Signing off for Buzz in the Box. This has been our latest Buzzline edition video for Buzz in the Box. I'm Mauro Pizzario, wrapping up this Buzzline edition report. Stay tuned for the rest of our videos this week, and we'll catch you next time.